Let's get started. Hi, everybody. Dr. Peter Glidden. This is my introduction to longevity webinar. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Now, this is my website, drglidden.com. This is another way to get to my website. This is the name of my radio show. I'm a licensed naturopathic physician. I have a health consultation business, Second Opinion Non-Drug Health Solutions. I'm an author. This is the book that I wrote, The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. I have 24 years of clinical experience, 2 decades of licensed clinical work as a naturopathic physician. I'm a regular guest host of the oldest health talk radio program in North America, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And I have my own radio show for 2 hours, Monday through Friday, from 3 to 5 Central Time, called Fire Your MD Now. There it is, right there. I hope you can check it out. You can listen to it worldwide from the internet. God, I love the internet. We also have a number of stations that are carrying it live throughout the United States, and more are signing on every month. Now, let's be honest, most people don't even know how to pronounce naturopathy, let alone know what it is. Well, I'm here to clear that up. Naturopathic medicine is a full-blown medical degree. In order to become a licensed naturopathic physician, you got to do 4 years pre-med, 4 years naturopathic medical school, about 1,000 hours of clinical supervision, pass national boards and state boards, and pursue continuing education credit every year. It's a full-blown medical degree, and in addition to drugs and surgery, our wheelhouse, the wheelhouse of a naturopath, is the application of science-based, clinically verified, non-drug therapeutics to support and promote your body's ability to fix itself. Nothing wrong with drugs. Drugs are like guns. It's how they're used. We're going to get into how the MDs use drugs in just a minute. Now, in North America, we have been suffering from about 100 years of the pharmaceutical industry and the medical industry propaganda telling you that the MD is the exclusive owner of medicine and that everybody else, the naturopaths, the MDs, the chiropractors, the DC, the Ayurvedic practitioners, oldest medicine on the planet, by the way, Ayurvedic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, second oldest medicine on the planet, and everybody else, fill in the blank. All those other doctors aren't really doctors, and they deliver substandard, dangerous, alternative quackery. This is what we've been told by the pharmaceutical industry for the last 100 years, and quite frankly, it's nonsense. Because the domain of medicine is a large domain, and nobody owns the entire domain of medicine. Nobody does. The MDs are not trained in medicine. They're trained in allopathic medicine. It's one piece of the pie of medical science, right? Allopathic medicine. That's what MDs are trained in. Now, they did a very smart thing 100 years ago. They co-opted the term medical doctor so that the unassuming public thinks by default that the MD owns medicine. I mean, that's their name. You know what that's like? That's like saying that the only real dog is a German Shepherd and all other dogs are alternative dogs. Well, it's nonsense. MD, your medical doctor, your MD, bless their hearts, does not know what's best for you. They only know what they've been trained in. And what they've been trained in is just one tiny piece of the pie of medical science, but the pharmaceutical industry has done a very good job of convincing you that it's the only show in town. Now, again, MDs don't practice medicine, they practice allopathic medicine, right? I practice naturopathic medicine, there's chiropractic medicine, osteopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine, right? Well, allopathic MD medicine is reductionistic in its philosophy. This is a very important thing to understand, because reductionism argues that the human body can't fix itself, that once you're sick, you're screwed, and your only option is to let the MD deliver to your body a man-made synthetic drug, the intention of which is not to fix the problem, but to manage the problem. I mean, think about it. Do MDs cure blood pressure? No. They manage it. Do they cure arthritis? No. They manage it with anti-inflammatories and pain meds until you need a titanium knee, and then a second one, and then a third one, and then a fourth one, and you don't get a refund. For goodness sakes, MDs aren't even trained how to cure heartburn. They can manage it, but they can't cure it. And to the profession that doesn't even know how to cure heartburn, we've given nearly $1 trillion of research money to come up with a cure for cancer, and that's why we're left flapping in the breeze, because we've taken the wrong dog to the hunt. Now, again, because MDs don't own medicine, they just trained in one small piece of the pie. It's good for certain things. And because it's reductionistic medicine, it's most excellent for trauma, surgery when it's necessary, and a handful of infectious diseases. This is the real domain of the MD. And if it were a perfect world, MDs would only legally be able to treat trauma, perform surgery when it's absolutely necessary in infectious diseases. I mean, a chiropractor cannot perform open heart surgery, right? Because they're not trained in it. That's not their thing. Well, in point of fact, chronic disease is untreatable by MDs. They cannot cure it. All they can possibly do is manage it. And this is a problem because they monopolize the medical theater. The only medicine that's practiced in your hospital, the only medicine that your insurance covers, the only medicine that they give research money to or make TV shows about is MD-directed medicine. This is why we're heading for a giant meltdown. But, you know, listen, like the fella said, you're welcome to your own opinion, just not your own set of facts. Let's take a look at what type of results we have been given, we have been delivered by 100 years of MD monopolization of the medical market. Say that 10 times fast. Well, while we've let the MDs drive the bus of medicine, obesity has skyrocketed. This is an illness of biblical proportions, and the pun was intended. In the U.S., it's increased by 60% in the last 20 years in the adult population. It's tripled in our childhood population in the last 2 decades. 1/3 of United States adults are obese, and 300,000 a year march through death's door because of obesity-related illnesses. It is a giant problem. Again, the pun was intended. And it's tragic because it is easier to help somebody gain and maintain normal body weight than it is to fall off a potato truck. But the MDs are incapable of doing that. While we've let the MDs drive the bus, autism has risen from 1 out of 50 to 1 out of 10,000. And if you're not angry, you're not paying attention. 1 out of 10,000 in the last 30 years. This is unacceptable. But not only this, while the MDs have been driving the bus, cancer rates have remained unchanged, heart disease rates have remained unchanged, and the leading cause of death in the United States is MD-directed medical treatments to the tune of 780,000 people a year. This means your medical doctor is more dangerous than a gun. Your medical doctor is more dangerous than an armed robber. 780,000 people a year are killed by MD treatments, and nobody goes to jail. Because when you monopolize the market, you can do whatever you want. It's not any better in Canada. Healthcare spending is unsustainable in Canada. Can't do it. Every hour in Alberta, you spend $2 million. That's $47 million a day to maintain the healthcare system, which delivers unbelievably poor results. Healthcare spending is going to be about half of the budget next year in Alberta. And look around. Go to Walmart. Go to the big supermarket. You know, on Saturday, and look around. Everybody's sick. The older that we get, the worse it is. Everybody's taking 7 different prescription medicines, and it's bad. Why is it bad? Because, again, we've taken the wrong dog to the hunt. And, you know, again, from the proper perspective, everything makes sense, but we don't really have any good perspective on this situation. We need one. When you step back and look at the facts, and you eliminate the impossible, Whatever remains, however crazy, has to be so. MD-directed prescription drug treatments for chronic diseases don't work. They don't work. The medical system in North America does not need to be more regulated by the government. It doesn't need to be less regulated by the government. It doesn't need to be streamlined. Prices don't need to be brought under control. There don't need to be more oversight. The system doesn't need to be massaged. It needs to be abandoned. It does not work. It's a monopoly gone haywire. It doesn't work. MD-directed medical treatments for chronic diseases don't work. MD-directed treatments for trauma work. You got a bullet in your arm, heaven forbid. You need 18 stitches. You have a bleeding artery. You have a broken bone. Got your foot blown off in Iraq or Afghanistan, heaven forbid. The MDs are just the people for the job, but for everything else, they need to be fired because they deliver substandard, dangerous, expensive treatments that don't work. I mean, it's time to call a spade a spade. Now, the good news is that, remember, different pieces of the pie of medical science, good for different things. MD piece of the pie is good for trauma, surgery when it's necessary, and infectious diseases. The naturopathic piece of the pie is good for everything else. Chronic diseases are our wheelhouse. Why? Because naturopathic medicine teaches that when you're faced with a disease, it's probably a good idea to figure out what's causing it and eliminate it. And stimulate the human body's ability to fix itself and give the body the raw materials that it needs to fix itself. This is what we do. I mean, you wouldn't put diesel fuel into an unleaded engine, would you? No. But you eat what Monsanto and Betty Crocker tell you to eat. You eat what your MDs tell you to eat, even though they don't have any training, any experience, any respect, or any appreciation for medical nutrition. We've really taken the wrong dog to the hunt there. The fundamental difference between MD medicine and naturopathic medicine is that the MDs believe that once you're sick, you're screwed. Your body cannot fix itself. And naturopaths know that your body is endowed with a God-given ability to fix itself. Your body has intelligence. Your body is so smart, it grew itself all by itself from a teeny-weeny single-celled organism to you, all by itself. Now, naturopathic doctors postulate, son of a gun, if it was smart enough to do that, you know what? Well, probably knows how to fix itself. And so members of my profession are trained that stimulate your body's ability to fix itself. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. I think that's what you thought your MD did, but they don't. Now, in the undiscovered territory of licensed and regulated naturopathic medicine, my colleague, Dr. Joel Wallach, the founder of Youngevity, is an unrivaled superstar in the world of naturopathic medicine. Nobody even comes close to Dr. Wallach's academic resume. He's been published over 72 times. This book is in the Smithsonian Institution in the United States, and Dr. Wallach wrote it. Took 12 years of research to compile it, cost $25 million. It was a federally funded project. Wallach did 26,000 autopsies, over 10 million blood chemistries and histopathologies. It was a gargantuan piece of research. Extremely pragmatic. Autopsy. Pathological examination. It doesn't get any more pragmatic than that. Now, if you did 26,000 autopsies and 10 million blood chemistries, you'd start to see patterns. So did Dr. Wallach. And it's this research and Dr. Wallach's clinical experience, which was informed by this research, that makes his therapeutic so unbelievably effective. Now, this is the most important thing I have to tell you tonight, right here. If you don't remember anything else that I tell you tonight, remember this. The majority of chronic diseases, things like asthma and arthritis and type 2 diabetes and fibromyalgia and insomnia and even heartburn, are not caused by bad genes. They're caused by nutrient deficiencies and eating all the wrong food all the time. And if you intervene in time, your body will fix it. It's not really any different than your automobile. You know, you have a slow oil leak and you're leaking oil. Unless you fix it, the engine's going to seize. If you fix it, the engine won't seize. It's no different with the human body. You nutrify the human body in time, you'll be amazed at what the human body can do. You would not believe the things that I've seen people recover from. You wouldn't believe it. Now, is this a magic, miracle, panacea, cure, one size fits all? No. But what this is the undiscovered territory of science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition delivered by licensed and regulated physicians trained in medical nutrition. It does not get any better than this. And really, all that we do is give your body the stuff it needs to fix itself and get the heck out of the way. And, well, this begs the question, what does your body need to fix itself? Well, this is what it needs to fix itself. The 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids. These are the raw material building blocks that need to go down the hatch of your body every day. We refer to these 90 essential nutrients collectively as 90 for life. This is the stuff that your body needs to have a healthy brain and eyes and ears and nose and mouth and throat and lungs and liver and kidney and spleen and joints, etc. Your body needs 90 essential nutrients in order to maintain and regulate its health. Only problem with this scenario is, and it's a problem, it's impossible to secure all 90 nutrients from food. You can't do it. It isn't just tricky or difficult or improbable. It's impossible. And here's why. We can all do math, right? Well, the lion's share of your nutrient needs are the minerals. 60 out of 90, what's that? 66%? That's 2/3. And selenium and phosphorus and magnesium, a whole bunch of other trace minerals you've never even heard of before. Vanadium and chromium and americanium, etc., etc. Only problem with minerals is the only person that can make minerals is God. Animals can't make minerals and plants can't make minerals, right? You know, if a plant could make a mineral, we could bioengineer lettuce to make gold. We'd all be rich. Or titanium. I'd like a titanium carrot, please. Plants can't make minerals. Animals can't make minerals. Minerals come from the soil. But they're not evenly spread out in the soil. They exist in veins. Like the chocolate in chocolate ripple ice cream. You know, everybody's heard the stories of the gold miners from back in the day. They go out into the Canadian wilderness, they go out into Alaska, they go to the Yukon, and they're digging away for years and they got nothing. And then all of a sudden they strike a vein. Eureka! I'm rich! Well, it's the same with all of your nutrient minerals, calcium and magnesium and zinc. They're not evenly spread out. Here's a map. Selenium is an extremely important mineral for your health, selenium. Here's a map of selenium deposition in the U.S. Now, in this map, here's the legend. If it's this pinkish reddish color, there's a lot of selenium. And the further down you go, less and less and less. So you may be a vegan. You may be a lacto, ovo, novo from Provo. You might eat the best organic food in the world, harvested by Trappist monks under a full moon while they're chanting. But if it's grown here, there's no selenium in it. 0. If it's grown here, eureka. Now remember, there's 60 minerals. This is one map. There's 59 other maps. And there's no place in the topsoil where all 60 minerals overlap. Doesn't exist. Which by extrapolation means, unless you're supplementing with minerals, you're deficient in nutrients. And it's only a matter of time until something in your body breaks. Unless you put oil in the car, it's only a matter of time until the engine seizes, right? So this is an example by metaphor of your body's nutrient needs, right? Here's your body's nutrient tank. You don't really have a nutrient tank, but it's a good metaphor. In order for you to be healthy, it needs to be topped off every day with the 90 essential nutrients. But you can't get the 90 essential nutrients from food. What you can secure is about 30%, 33%, 40% of your nutrient needs, more or less, maybe, you can get from food. But then, here comes the stress of life, right? Weather, aging, political stress, financial stress, emotional stress, divorce, marriage, children, college, exams, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, viruses, bacteria. The stress of life burns through your reserves. Now you're running on fumes, and when you're running on fumes, things start to break. And then you go to a medical doctor who doesn't know any of this, and they throw a drug at it to manage it. So guess what happens? You get worse and worse and worse, and the drug needs to be increased and increased and increased. It works less and less and less, and then you die. There are over 270 diseases caused by not enough calcium. There's 89 other nutrients. This is just one. It's a short list. This is a deficiency in calcium, not an excess. Osteoporosis, a calcium deficiency. Low back pain, a calcium deficiency. Bell's palsy, a calcium deficiency. Whirling vertigo, a calcium deficiency. Ringing in the ears, a calcium deficiency. What? What'd you say? It's all a calcium deficiency. But you don't know what you don't know. Your medical doctor certainly doesn't know this. And this is the problem. This is why we give webinars like this all the time. And I bet you're sitting there right now thinking to yourself, son of a gun, if only Uncle Harry could have been on this webinar, if only my boss could have been on this webinar, if only my brother or my sister or my nephew could have been on this webinar. Well, that's why we do it, because we're right there with you. My people are destroyed by lack of knowledge. Now listen, remember Dr. Wallach, the founder of Longevity, the guy that did all that research, been published over 70 times, got a book in the Smithsonian Institution? Well, Wallach, Dr. Joel Wallach, the founder of Longevity, has done all the heavy lifting for you. You do not need to get a prospector's license and go into your backyard and start looking for mineral. You just need to lean on Dr. Wallach. He's done the heavy lifting for you. We've got it dialed in. This combination of products, the Healthy Start Pack, contains all 90 essential nutrients in absorbable dosages, appropriate for your body weight. It is arguably the most comprehensive, effective nutritional supplement combination on the planet. Now, I've been doing this for over 24 years clinically. You don't know me from Adam. If you're a guest, you don't know me from Adam, and I appreciate your time. But I've been doing this for over 24 years. And let me tell you something. When I started 28 years ago, naturopathic medicine wasn't sexy. You whispered it underneath your breath. We were, you know, the redheaded stepchild of the medical profession that nobody even wanted to acknowledge. I've been doing this for over 2 decades. And I used to work for a vitamin company that only sold to medical professionals. I mean, their stuff was so high-powered, you couldn't even get it at a health food store. You could only get it if you were a doctor. Dr. Wallach's stuff is better. Dr. Wallach's nutritional supplements produce more consistent, noticeable, measurable change than anything I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot. This stuff, the liquid plant minerals, contains all of the minerals that you need. It's $20 a bottle. It contains all of the minerals that you need. So if you think you're skeptical and you don't want to get one whole healthy start pack, oh, that's too much for me, then just get 1 bottle of the plant minerals and take 1 ounce twice a day for 2 weeks. Take 1 ounce twice a day for 2 weeks. And if you do not notice a difference somewhere in your mood, your energy, your sleep, your appetite, your bowel movements, whatever, in 2 weeks of mineralizing your body, I'll eat my hat. You cannot give a plant Miracle Grow and have nothing happen to it. You cannot give your body minerals that it's been starving for its entire life and have nothing happen to it. Dr. Wallach's company, Longevity, last year in 2012 grew 300%. It's a publicly traded company, by the way. You can buy stock of Longevity. It grew 300% last year. How the heck is that possible? Because it works. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, and that's what drives us forward. Now, one more interesting point to ponder, right? The pharmaceutical industry has tried to convince you he is the undisputed king and emperor of medicine and everybody else is a back of the bus quack with substandard dangerous training. It's nonsense. They've also tried to convince you that healing is a complicated, sophisticated process that can only happen in multi-million-dollar high-tech facilities. Well, I've got news for you. Healing is easy. Surgery is complicated. You want to try to pull an infected kidney out of somebody's body, you better have training, and you better be doing it in a high-tech, multi-million-dollar facility. You bet. But healing is easy. Why is this? Because your body knows how to fix itself. Your body wants to fix itself. And what do? We give it the stuff it needs. And because of Dr. Wallach's clinical experience, we've done all the heavy lifting for you. He's done all the heavy lifting for you. So guess what? If you're suffering with a blood sugar issue, type 1 or type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance syndrome or syndrome X or whatever, you don't need a consultation. You don't need expensive blood work. You don't need workup of any type of objective stuff, lab work. You don't need it. You need 1 healthy blood sugar pack for 100 pounds of body weight per month. That's a very good place to start to support and promote your body's ability to have healthy blood sugar. You're suffering with an arthritic condition, osteoporotic condition, something revolving a problem with your bones or joints, well, guess what? We've got your back. Recommendation, 1 healthy bone and joint pack for 100 pounds of body weight per month. Dr. Wallach has done the heavy lifting for you. You have a problem with the old ticker? Or you can't concentrate like you used to, or what? What? Recommendation, 1 healthy brain and heart pack for 100 pounds of body weight per month. You have a kid with ADD, a nephew with ADD, someone with ADHD, guess what? In order to support and promote the structure and function of the central nervous system, the recommendation is 1 healthy brain and heart pack for 100 pounds of body weight per month. Heartburn, Barrett's esophagus, GERD, arose by any other name, celiac disease, irritable bowel, ulcerative colitis, constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating, gallbladder trouble, guess what? Good place to start to support and promote the structure and function of your gut. 1 healthy digestion pack for 100 pounds of body weight per month. Gives your body everything it needs to optimize its function. we've got you covered. Now, I can't emphasize this enough. You know, listen, years ago, everybody thought that the earth was flat, right? And everybody was wrong. And when you tried to tell people that the earth wasn't really flat, they looked at you a little funny, right? I mean, it wasn't that long ago that slavery was still a thing. We justified slavery for 600 years by saying, oh, those African Americans, those blacks, they're really, you know, just animals. They're not people. They don't have souls. So we can treat them like animals. And everybody was wrong. Women couldn't vote in the United States 70 years ago. Oh, those women, they're not smart enough to vote. Everybody was wrong. Well, what I'm telling you, that part of your brain does not want to believe. Can't be that easy, Dr. G. Well, yes, it can. Your body knows how to fix itself. Your body wants to fix itself. Your body is endowed with a God-given intelligence. Our recommendation is fill your nutritional tank up with the appropriate pack. Stop eating food that's hurting the body. Rally. You have no idea what you're missing. Now, there's two ways to interface with us, with Youngevity. There's two ways to work with us. You can work with us as a customer. You can just tell me or tell one of the associates, tell the person that invited you here. That's probably a good place to start. What your health concern is, and they'll tell you what Dr. Wallach recommends to support and promote that part of your body. It's easy. Remember, healing is easy. They'll tell you what to do and sell you the stuff at the wholesale price. And you got to get supplements somewhere. You might as well get them from the most brilliant, holistic, naturopathic mind in the industry. Might as well. If your son or daughter wanted to learn how to play hockey and you had the choice of getting Wayne Gretzky to coach them or your high school hockey coach, who are you going to choose? Wayne Gretzky. Well, if you're up against a health issue and you want medical nutrition, who are you going to choose? GNC or Dr. Wallach? Ha! Dr. Wallach would be a smart choice. So you can work with us as a customer. We'll sell you the stuff at the wholesale price. You take it, recover your health, life is good. Or you can join our merry band of men and women and children. You can join us, and we will pay you to help spread our message of health recovery through science-based medical nutrition. We're growing a grassroots coalition of the informed. Why? Because Cousin Harry and Uncle Bob and your niece and your nephew and your wife and your husband and your brother and your sister and your preacher and your pastor and your priest and your next door neighbor and your lawyer and your accountant all need to know this. They are suffering needlessly. So guess what? You become a Youngevity member. You tell everybody in your life about what we're up to. They start to take the supplements and you get paid. Armies need to be paid, right? Well, look, we are attempting to do an end around the pharmaceutical monopoly in the free world. We do not have the ability nor the wherewithal. Quite frankly, we have the willpower, but we don't have the money and we don't have the manpower to fight the pharmaceutical industry. We don't. And it's going to take too long to get more naturopathic, more states and provinces to license and regulate naturopathic medicine and more insurance companies to pay for it and then more naturopathic doctors. It's going to take at least 100 years for that. In the meantime, in order to fulfill the need, to staunch the wound, to stop the slow bleed, we're delivering boilerplate, foundation medical nutrition protocols to anybody who is wise enough to listen. There was somebody at Timmy Hortons today. There was somebody at Starbucks this morning standing right behind you. There was somebody pumping gas right next to you today who last night went to bed praying to God for help with their health. Because these guys have let them down hard. The MDs have nothing for them except drugs and surgery, drugs and surgery, drugs and surgery, bills, and death. But guess what? There is a solution, and it's delivered and developed by licensed and regulated physicians. And this is what we're up to. We need your help. We do need your help, desperately. Too many sick and suffering people in the world, and there's not enough of us to go around. So we're enrolling you in helping us spread our message. Now, as a longevity member, associate, business builder, there's all kinds of online support. There's all kinds of support. You don't even have to know how to spell vitamin to have a successful longevity business. You don't. All you need is willingness to learn. Because when we bring you in, whoever brings you in, it's their job to show you the ropes. And it's easy to do that. It's a simple system. It's not difficult. I have a 9-year-old girl in Seattle who's working the simple system. She's making over $500, $600 a month. She's 9 years old. It's a simple system. Anybody can do it. What do? Well, you find somebody who's struggling with a health issue. Throw a stick. Whoever picks it up is struggling with a health issue. And you say, listen, I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer with that, and invite them to a webinar, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. 10 times a week. And then if they go to the webinar and they're interested and they want to know more, you fit them into the system appropriately as a customer or a business builder. We're not selling a damn thing. We're not. We're showing people what we're up to and seeing if they would like to do it too, and to what degree. If you're happy with how much money you're making, great. God bless you. You don't need any more money. I'm good with that. You need the 90 essential nutrients. You need help. We're here for you. And you want to make more money? Great. We're here for you. And we'll show you what to do. And I got to tell you something. You know, Benjamin Franklin said there are few things in life more powerful than compound interest. I'm paraphrasing. Well, there's one thing that's right up there with compound interest. The power of the longevity network. Luke, these bronchodilators are killing me. The power of the network is remarkable. Let me give you a quick example. There are 2 levels to join longevity. There's a $10 membership, and if you join at the $10 level, longevity pays you 4 ways. There's a $500 membership, and if you join that, longevity pays you 10 ways. These are one-time membership fees, $10 or $500. If you join for $500, you get $500 worth of products you can use to give to people as samples. It's really quite remarkable. Now listen, if you join at the $10 level, not the $500, the $10 level, and you make 10 invitations a week, that's 40 a month. It is likely that in 1 month of showing this to 40 people, you will secure 1 person who wants to recover their health and 1 person who wants to make money. 2 people a month. You show it to 40, you get 2. If everybody that you show it to gets just 1 healthy start pack, that's it. They're 1,000 pounds, they get 1 healthy start pack, right? Doesn't matter how much they weigh, they get 1 healthy start pack. And all of the business builders that you bring in do exactly the same thing you did. They show it to 10 people a week, 40 people a month, get 2 people a month interested to try it. On the 12th month, your check from longevity is $38,885. I don't want to tell you what it'll be like on the 13th month because you wouldn't believe me. And the bonus here, you would have helped 4,095 people to feel better. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, and that's why I do this. Because if I have a really good year in private practice, I can help about 300 people. There's only so many hours in the day. But if I have a longevity business and I teach my people the simple system and we just churn it out, hey, I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer with that. If I invite you to this webinar, will you attend? That's the enrollment. That's all that you do. 10 times a week. And you know, you have to learn a couple things. You got to learn the ropes, learn the compensation plan. It's not hard. It's easy. We teach you how to do it. This is right up there with the power of compound interest. And you know, corporate America doesn't want you to know this. They're going to tell you that, oh, those network marketing companies, it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. Pyramid schemes are illegal. They want you to think it's a funny thing because if you come with us, you're going to leave them. They've enrolled you into the minimum wage. They've enrolled you into having the banks own your house and having $10,000 of credit card debt, and that's a normal existence. Baloney. Everybody in North America, especially now, is suffering egregiously from vitamin M deficiencies. Nobody has enough money because we've all been doing it corporate America's way for 100 years. And how's that working for us? Well, not very well. Listen, you don't know what you don't know. Give longevity a try. It is the best thing to happen to medicine since the invention of the sterile technique, and it's the best thing to happen to finances since the invention of compound interest. No kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, please get with the person that invited you here tonight. Have your questions answered. See how you fit with us, if at all. You know, when I was growing up, my best friend lived across the street. Michael Miller was his name. He was my best friend in my childhood. And we'd play together, you know, every day, more or less. But sometimes, you know, you just don't want to play. And on the days that I didn't want to play, he says, come on over, Pete, let's play catch. And I go over anyway. What's happening? He's just throwing stuff at me. That's no fun. Again, we're not selling anything. There's no pressure here. We're just showing you what we're up to. Talk to the person that invited you here and see how it is that you fit with us, either as a customer or as an associate, or, you know, no thanks. I'm good with 17 prescription medications and my surgery scheduled for next week. Thank you very much. There is a better way, ladies and gentlemen, and it's science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition delivered through longevity. In your spare time, please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com. Sign up for my newsletter. It's free. I also have an online health recovery subscription that you can get on board with, become a Dr. Glidden insider, have access to over 100 hours of archived information about what really causes heartburn and what really causes high blood pressure and what you can do about it with medical nutrition. We got great information here that we're populating as quickly as possible because people really are suffering needlessly. And this is what gets us up in the morning. And this is what motivates longevity people. This is what motivated the people that invited you here tonight. If you want to join that group of human beings, people who are actually positive, people who want to make a difference in the world, people who are okay with stepping a little bit outside of their comfort zone every day, forward-thinking individuals, you've come to exactly the right place. It's an awesome group of people to hang with. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it very much. I look forward to meeting you in person someday. Until that moment in time, I remain your steadfast advocate for health. Again, thank you very much for your time. It's Dr. Peter Glidden, over and out.